Well, good afternoon. I'm Mayor John Engen, and it is Wednesday, the 29th of April, and Commissioner Josh Slotnick and I are back with you today. Just the two of us to sort of remind you of how all this reopening business is going. There's a ton of information out there. It's a lot to absorb, and we appreciate that if you're not doing this every moment of every day, which Josh and I are, some of it's going to slip by. So we're going to take the time again today to sort of go through reopening 101, at least as we know it. And again, the situation develops every day. So we all are super excited to get back to normal activity, but normal is just a setting on the dryer. Normal is different today. The way we're doing normal is different. So we just want to remind everyone that we're not out of the woods here. So as businesses start to reopen in this first phase, keep doing the stuff that you've done over the last number of weeks. Keep washing those hands. If you can stay home, stay home. If you're out, wear a mask. Maintain that social distancing. The mask thing is becoming a lot more mainstream. And you should never be embarrassed about wearing one. And in fact, when I'm not wearing one now, I'm embarrassed. So we are doing the right thing when nothing happens, right? So the fact that we are not in a horrible state here in Missoula County, in the city of Missoula, means that we're doing the right thing. So please, please keep doing them.
Well said. Well said. So people have asked, how come Missoula is treating this reopening phase differently? There are other places in the state that are doing more or maybe even less. Why is Missoula different? And just to skip over the obvious reasons why Missoula is better or different, is that the governor gave us the right, the obligation, handed this obligation to our health officer to make judgments based on our specific situation. And certainly there are 56 counties in the state of Montana, 56 slightly different situations. Some of them are really different. Think about the population density in Missoula, Missoula County, which is for Montana really high compared to Macomb County with 750 people in the whole county. Doesn't make sense that they're under the same set of rules. And I think the governor wisely handed this power off to health officers to make decisions specific to the conditions on the ground in those places. And that's right where we're at. Not only do we have really high population density, we are a regional commercial hub and regional healthcare hub, means we have a lot of people coming and going, not just the folks who live here. It's a very busy, bustling place, has to be treated as such. There you go.
Absolutely. Thank you, Josh. People are still wondering about schools, and there's lots of information. You'll see some of those web resources at the tail end of this video. Be sure to look at those for detailed information. So Missoula County Public Schools Board met last evening. They had an informational meeting, and they are considering whether to reopen the schools, which school districts may do under the governor's order on the 7th of May. The general consensus here in Missoula is that reopening schools now is too big a challenge and too big a danger, puts too many people at risk, and really doesn't serve students, teachers, and staff and the larger community. So school board considered information and report from Superintendent Watson yesterday. They will make a final decision on that next week, but in the meantime, our advocacy continues to be let's not reopen schools. Our understanding is that other smaller school districts in the county are very likely to follow suit. I believe it's very unlikely that public schools will reopen this school year.
Absolutely. So this is a big time for businesses. Things are reopening to some degree. So non-essential businesses, a subset of non-essential businesses, will be open on Friday. However, it's not just like it used to be. In order to open up, businesses have to have new plans and new protocols in for this new world on how they maintain social distancing and create a safer space for people to move about in. And if you have questions at all about your business and how do we go about making my store XYZ safe for customers, you can call the health department. They have some folks on staff right now who can help talk you through that, and you should definitely do it. On May 4th, bars, restaurants, casinos, distilleries, etc. are going to be opening up. Those too have new sets of protocols for how many people can be in at any one time that absolutely must be followed. I imagine there's going to be lots of questions on this. Even as I'm saying these words, I'm thinking, how about this? How about that? Well, you can go to a great website, covid19.missoula.co. All kinds of information is still there. Even with all this reopening, we do have still remaining some closures. Hands-on businesses, I'm speaking about salons, tattoo shops, massage clinics, gyms, these types of places where we're just in really close contact with folks. These are going to remain closed until the situation changes, and that situation is being monitored daily by our health officer. Things are actively in flux. Nursing homes, unfortunately, still no visitors, and this is a real tug at the heartstrings. I just heard a story on the BBC. They're looking at huge deaths in what they call care homes. We call them nursing homes. It's super, super serious and really difficult, but we can't go visit folks in nursing homes right now. We're doing great in Missoula in terms of testing. We have a solid testing site up and running at the fairgrounds, and as the mayor said yesterday, the CDC came out with a new list of symptoms, 9 symptoms. You can check them out on the web, find out what they are. If you believe you have any of these symptoms, you can call 258-INFO and get yourself an appointment to go get tested out at the fairgrounds.
And I can't emphasize enough. So when the tests are available, I want every living human being in Missoula County to be tested. That's the way we truly understand the nature of this pandemic. And it's truly how we understand how to react to it. In the meantime, we're doing the best with the data we have, but we want more data. And certainly if you're symptomatic, I get the instinct to say, I don't have it, or it's a cold, or maybe somebody else needs the test. If you have symptoms, call 258-INFO, get screened, let a professional sort through that. And if they say get a test, please get a test. All you need to do is drive to the fairgrounds. You can remain in your car. You do the swabbing yourself these days. So unlike my test, wherein I believe I had a lobotomy as a function of that Q-tip, you can do it. It's much more comfortable, and we know more. You get peace of mind, or in the case that you actually have the virus, you can take care of yourself and your family, and that's extraordinarily important. As more tests become available, our intention is to be able to provide those to more people in the simplest and most effective way possible. That's what we know today, and it changes every day. Again, please refer to those resources that are available to you on the web. They're deep and rich. And if you have additional questions, that 258-INFO line is available to you, and smart people will answer the phone and help you get to the bottom of your question. Commissioner.
I just wanted to give one shout out before we are done here. I had a conversation with a loan officer at a very busy financial institution, and he described himself and his colleagues working into the wee hours many days in a row trying to get as many of these PPP loans out as possible before the money runs out. And noticed, because I have a very quiet dog who only howls when there's other howling, that she's howling at 8 o'clock each night when we are saluting our healthcare workers who need that saluting and deserve it. I want to throw out a shout out to our financial professionals who, most of them are on salary, and they are working into the wee hours, day after day after day, trying to get money into our community so we can reopen in a robust way. So thanks to them.
Yeah, who knew we'd be thanking bankers? But we are.
Bankers next.
Yeah, well, our experience with our local banking professionals has been nothing but phenomenal. And generally speaking, our experience with everyone, just so many people stepping up. It's really impressive. And thanks for that shout out to those folks, Commissioner. Hope the rest of your day is good. Folks out there in video land, hope you're doing well. Remember to stay safe, do all the stuff you've been doing. It's making a difference and will continue to.
Thank you.
Thanks.